So what I want to talk about next is mindset. This is one of the most crucial parts of everything that we do on an everyday basis in our entire life, okay? The definition of mindset um, is your collection of thoughts, beliefs that shape your thought habits, okay? And your thought habits affect how you think, what you feel, and what you do. Your mindset impacts how you make sense of the world and how you make sense of you, okay? There are generally two types of mindsets, okay? There's a growth mindset, which we can develop our ability through hard work and effort. There's a fixed mindset ability. It's fixed or ingrained, right? In other words, we are born with a certain level of ability and we cannot change that, okay? Having a growth mindset, which is the belief that you are in control of your own ability and can learn and improve, is the ultimate key to success, right? Mindset is closely related to attitude and belief. So it's a good thing to understand both of those as well, right? So three components that make up an attitude: an emotional component, how the object, person, issue, or event makes you feel, right? A cognitive component, it's your thoughts and your beliefs about a certain subject or subject, right? A behavioral component, which is how the attitude influences your behavior, okay? Your attitude is how you feel about something. Your mindset shapes your attitude, and your attitude reinforces your mindset, okay? The basic building blocks of beliefs are ideas. Beliefs are like a tabletop. As you build references and experiences in your life, you add legs to your tabletop. When your idea feels certain, it becomes a belief. Now, I know that there's a lot of different stuff out there, right? So just think about it like this. Your beliefs shape your attitude also shapes your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your mindset. Now, there's a lot of things out there, and I know you hear it all over the place, especially in the coaching world. We talk about, getting rid of limiting beliefs and getting rid of different things like that, right? Well, if you think about your beliefs being like that tabletop, and I'm going to use this as an analogy just because it's pretty easy to understand, right? When you feel so certain, because you're certain based off of experiences and different references that you've had thus far in your life, okay? So things outside of that are going to seem uncertain. Would you agree? And with that, what happens is we tend to shy away from those things because what our beliefs tell us is that certain things are generally the route we want to take. So if you have that tabletop in these beliefs that we have that we think are certain, for instance, towards success within business, let's just use that for an example. Say you want to get to a certain place, but you've always been told that money doesn't grow on trees, or that there's no way that you're going to be able to do that, or that that's not even a real job, or that nobody makes $1 million, right? Or I can't make $1 million. The only way to bust through that is to understand why that you're thinking that. Now, the main reason you're thinking that is probably because of the references and experiences you've had growing up, right? Most of our beliefs actually come from when we're around the age of 9 and 10 years old. Now, those beliefs have been reinforced over time from people that we surrounded ourselves with, and from things that we saw and that we heard. And a lot of those things where it's hard to make money, you have to really grind your butt off to make, a couple quarters, right? Like those type of things. But the only way to get rid of that is to know that, and to focus on, you can do more, you can be more, and you have to bust the legs off of that tabletop, okay? You have to bust the legs off of that tabletop from believing those things and start putting it together and putting those legs back on that table with the new beliefs you're instilling every single day about where you want to go with your success, whether it's to make $1 million or that what you're doing is a real job and it's extremely beneficial. Now, that is the hardest part about most things in life, is really focusing on and getting rid of the things that were beliefs since you were a child, since you were a kid, okay? Especially nowadays, the world has changed and shifted so much as far as online work and different types of jobs and things that are out there as opportunities for us today. So I want you to really, really think about how your grandparents grew up and then how your parents grew up is not the same as the world that we're living in right now. Things are moving in a fast forward pace, and there's so much opportunity that they can't even fathom thinking about these things as being almost real life, because they're still living their day to day in the beliefs of how they grew up. And the only way to shift that is if we can eliminate those beliefs and opening our minds to becoming wider and understanding that there's way more opportunity out there. And you literally have to build those up by literally doing it one leg at a time and getting rid of those old legs that support that table. So that way you have 100% certainty in your abilities, in your success, and where you have the potential to grow. So mindset's extremely important. Just remember, just keep reaching.